What's up everyone, Sean here, Rogue Off-Road. Got a vehicle we ain't talked about. We've had this thing for a while. It's been a couple years. This is our Rogue Off-Road Bronco. This is Bronco number 2 for us. The first one we had for a little bit, made some modifications, did a bunch of testing with different companies on suspension and a few other things. And then we were able to get our hands on this one. So what's better than one Bronco, 2 Broncos, but we had to get rid of the other one. And this is the one we kept. So we're gonna talk about a couple upgrades that we did to this thing. We kept it kind of simple, but for most it'll be kind of over the top, but it's not too crazy. It is one of our daily drivers that we use to get to and from the shop, and we use it on trips every now and then. And in the rare occasion that we do get days off, we take this thing off-roading. All right, so our Bronco started its life out as a 2021 Badlands Sasquatch Bronco. We then pulled the suspension off, which a lot of people wanted to go with that Sasquatch suspension, but we decided while it was good, we wanted better. Did the King 2.5s with adjusters. We were kind of one of the test subjects that got one of the first sets of Kings that came out for the platform. So we've had these for a while. As I mentioned, they're 2.5 with compression adjusters that gives us the ability to dial in the suspension depending on the terrain. We also paired that up with the Camberg upper control arms, along with the rear lower links from Camberg as well. So that pretty much rounded out the suspension side. We did do Icon's forged tie rod end. That basically helped us not break a tie rod. From there, we outfitted this thing with some Baja lights. We have our fog light kit right here that has 3 different lights in the front of the bumper, bolts right into this modular bumper from Ford. And then we did their linkable setup, which has 6 lights up front to help us see where we're going at night. For wheels and tires, our friends over at Tremor Wheels took care of us. They been friends with them for a long time. Basically, we wanted to run their wheels, represent them. We got a 17 by 8.5 or 17 by 9 wheel, 0 offset. This is the 104 Aftershock. We also did 37-inch Yokohama XAT tires. All right, on the performance side of this thing, we did a Roush intake underneath the hood. We also just recently put in an MBRP exhaust. Sounds great, good tone, not out of the ordinary, not real loud, just very subtle. And it's gonna help the exhaust flow a bit better coming out of those twin turbos. All right, and out back what we did is we added the AFE rear diff cover. Just kind of give it that little something extra. When you're driving behind this thing, you can see it, it stands out, gives it a unique flair, and says, I'm not stock. Lastly, we did a cosmetic upgrade. We did carbon fiber fender flares from Composite Off-Road Parts. Our friends over there got us these carbon fiber fender flares. They add a unique style to this, give it a little more sophistication, a little more sporty look to the Bronco. As I mentioned in the start of this, it's a very simple build. For some it's kind of over the top because we did splurge on the Kings. We did go with 37s over 35s, but we wanted to keep it simple and somewhat subtle, more of a daily. As I mentioned, we use this on trips, we use this to go out and have fun, but the main purpose is to get to and from the shop. And it's also like, hey, look at what we got, look at what we did. We can do this to your Bronco. So if you're looking to upgrade your Bronco, run with me. Check us out at rogueoffroad.com.